The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.
Hi everyone, it's Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is Friday the 11th of March 2022 and I'm here with you for the Bundoran Weekly podcast, episode 176, a podcast that talks about everything Bundoran. A little bit later on I'm going to be joined by John Travers of the Ballyshannon Drama Society. He's going to be talking to me all about drama in Ballyshannon and indeed the All-Ireland Confined Drama Finals, which are happening in Ballyshannon this coming April. Teresa O'Neill will also be joining me as well in our community corner, and we are heading fast approaching St. Patrick's Day. We'll be talking about that very shortly as well, all the different things that are happening in town, and plenty of it indeed. But let us start off with this weekend first of all. And musically, in the Allingham, it's social dancing with Dermot McConnell tonight and Kieran Mackery also on tonight. Tomorrow night then it's music with Sinead McLaughlin, and Michael English is back in the ballroom for the dance tomorrow night at the Allingham. In the Bird's Nest tomorrow night then from 9:30 it is Sean Corrigan. Sunday 2 to 3 it's the jiving lessons, and that's followed by John Dolan then from 5:30 until 7 o'clock. Gary Doherty tonight at the Chase and Bull. Saturday it is music with True Tones. Don't forget at the Bank Bar, the trad session there every Sunday night from 7 o'clock. Live music tonight at the Phoenix with Sean McBride. Tomorrow night it's Experience, and Sunday it's Jimbo, and they've got their Talented Tuesdays each and every Tuesday from 9 o'clock as well. You can find all of the rest of the information on our website. It's discoverbundoran.com/events, and you'll find all of the details of all of the gigs. Eclipse Cinemas, The Batman, still the big movie out at the moment. Missed It Monday is Death on the Nile, and they're also doing Oscar nominated movies, one each night. That is just $4.50, and for the week that's in it, obviously we're doing some Irish specials as well at the Eclipse Cinema. Aracht, which is just a fantastic movie, Wolf Walkers, and The Quiet Man, yes, that one from the 1950s, is on screen, and there's 3 screenings of that indeed, including one on St. Patrick's Day as well. Belfast and Dog still in Eclipse Cinemas. You can find the full schedule on our website or also on their website, eclipsecinemas.com. Looking ahead to further on down the field, I guess, and C-Sessions, we remind you, of course, the tickets are available at Ticketmaster 17th to 19th of June, and they've just released their day-by-day lineup as well. You'll find the details on our website, discoverbundoran.com, and don't forget the unsigned sessions as well. If you are an unsigned band and you fancy your chances at playing the main stage at C-Sessions this year, then get your details into unsignedsessions2022@gmail.com. The heats are on Friday the 25th of March and Friday the 1st of April, with the final on Friday the 8th of April. So your chance to get on the stage at C-Sessions for 2022. Of course, St. Patrick's Day is next week, next Thursday, and we're looking forward to our big parade, which we're putting a lot of preparations into at the moment. 3:30pm from East End, and if you can't be here with us in Bundoran, you can watch it live on our Facebook page as well. Just search for Discover Bundoran and you'll find it there. If you are a community organisation or a local business or a band or whatever, and you want to take part in our St. Patrick's Day parade, we would love to have you. We've got a form for you to fill out on our website, discoverbundoran.com/parade. As I say, we would love to have you. There's no fee for entering or anything like that. We would love to have as many people and as much colour and loud noise as possible for the first St. Patrick's Day in 3 years. So we're looking forward to that. And of course, St. Patrick's Day as well, which we announced last week. We're inviting you to walk with your pets in the parade. You can just show up on the day, and gathering at about 3 o'clock down at the East End at Kernan's Bar, at the petrol station there, and then the parade sets off at 3:30 and makes its way up through the main street. And the theme, of course, as we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, is Welcome Back or Fáilte Arash. We'd also like to make a big welcome to our Dúzalage Town Twinning partners. We've got 6 of our partner towns coming, and we've got 16 people coming to take part in our parade as well. So they'll be waving the European flag and the flags of their various nations. So do look out for them and give them a big cheer as you see them going past. And also, as I mentioned, Dúzalage, we would want to mention the fact that 12 of our Duzalage partner towns across Europe are lighting up locations in green. So 12 of the towns are lighting up 15 locations, so some of the towns have more than one location that they're lighting up in green. It's all to do with the global greening from Tourism Ireland, which you'll see no doubt in the news over the next couple of days. And as you see, all the worldwide landmarks getting lit up in green to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So 12 of our partner towns across Europe are doing that, and of course we'll be doing that. We'll be lighting up the bridge for the first time as well, so certainly looking forward to that. You're listening to the Bundoran Weekly with thanks to AIB.ie, supporting local businesses in Bundoran and Ballyshannon. Still to come, we're going to be talking to Teresa O'Neill in our community corner, and also John Travers of the Ballyshannon Drama Society.
The Bundoran Weekly.
Now, the All-Ireland Confined Drama Finals take place in Ballysshannon's Abbey Centre in April, and there's also lots of drama happening over the next little while, as well as the group travel the country in the various competitions. I wanted to find out a little bit more about it, so I caught up with John Travers of the Ballyshannon Drama Society during the week as they were dismantling the stage from their previous night's show.
Yeah, well, it's ready for packing into the van. We had two very successful shows yesterday afternoon, and we have our first festival in Tubbercurry tomorrow night, and then we go to Enniskillen, Castleblaney, Kiltyclogher, Glenamaddie, Carrickmore, Strabane, and New Stewart. So we go to 8 festivals, competing at those for points to get to the All-Ireland finals at Lone. That's the open finals there. So we had a very successful run with this local run with All My Sons after an initial hiccup. So with COVID, we had to postpone there, but we're just delighted to be back like everybody else in the theatre here and going out on the circuit.
There's a great rich history of drama here in Ballyshannon, and particularly right here in the Abbey Centre.
Yeah, this is our 70th year, and every festival has taken place in the Abbey Centre since 1952. There was a tradition in this area going back long before that, well over 100 years, maybe 120, 130 years. But the actual festival circuit started in the early 50s, and we were successful over the years on it. So we're looking forward to another successful run.
The one that you had on here was All My Sons?
All My Sons by Arthur Miller.
And is that so? That's a play that you've obviously bought in the script for that.
Yeah, and it's been on the circuit a couple of times, but it's based on a post-war 1947, the United States, and it's probably even relevant. Part of any great play is it continues to be relevant. The issues in it continue to be relevant even to the present day.
Of course, and just looking at the set here, there's quite a bit involved in that and in transporting a set to all of those locations that you just talked about. And also, I presume you have a number of actors as well. And this is all voluntary, I'd imagine.
Oh yes, yeah. There's it's a big cast. There's 10 in the cast, including our youngest.
Is 10 a big cast? Forgive
it
me.
Is, yeah.
Okay.
It's the youngest member is 10.
Wow. And
the eldest would be probably in early 60s. So it's a big cast, and we have a few new faces that we're delighted with. Troy Devaney and Deirdre Ferguson. So we have a great working relationship with the Musical Society, and they ran a very successful run last week with Oklahoma, and they had to get their set down on Saturday night after 2 shows on Saturday, and then we were up on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock getting our set. So there's a lot of people, probably about 20 people will be on the road with the set, going from festival to festival.
That's a big commitment for people.
Big commitment. It starts with the cast probably November, and it goes on hopefully with the finals up to May. And it's nearly, Gordon Walsh said a few years ago, it's nearly as bad as Gaelic football now. You know, if you're in, you're in. Unless you're dead.
And you mentioned there about you've brought some new actors in. Are you finding that there's an interest from people coming up that want to be part of the drama?
Oh yeah, and you notice the Musical Society, they have a lot of young people, and there's a sort of great crossover. Several of the people from the Musical Society are involved with us. One, Ronan Drummond, who did 2 shows with the musical on Saturday and 2 shows yesterday on Sunday. So that's a commitment for you.
That's a lot of lines to remember.
I think the big thing is that people around here are used to being on stage from school time and school musicals and school concerts, and they're not afraid, and that it's everybody feels that they can be part of musicals and drama and so on, and it's no big deal, and there's a confidence there that's probably. In some societies maybe drama is seen to be an elite thing, and musical societies it's not for us. But around here, everybody gets involved, no matter who they are or where they're from, and they're all very welcome.
And is it still? And we'll get to the festival now in a minute. But it's still drama. It's obviously still a huge thing around the country.
Oh, it is. People say it's nearly next to the GA in terms of nearly every parish.
Right.
Not every parish goes on the drama circuit, but there's nearly a drama group in every little town. And there's about 40 festivals, north and south. And you would have on the festival circuit, you'd probably have, this year's down a little bit because of COVID, but you'd have 50 or 60 groups.
Okay. Wow.
And then you have a one-act competition as well that finishes in December. But then you have many hundreds of groups. I think about 700 groups around the country in every little community putting on their play,
And do you then sort of maybe at the start of your, whatever your year is, you mentioned there in November, are you kind of looking at all of the different competitions and say, well, we'll go for that one or we won't go for that one, or how does that work? How does
Well, I suppose one of the factors is distance involved. So you tend to go to festivals in the north and the west, and then, of course, you have to apply, and you may not get in because there may be two groups doing the same play or whatever, or they may decide that the mix, they want something a little bit different. And sometimes if you're doing maybe Samuel Beckett and they say, no, we don't want that, or if they had it last year or something, they say, we don't want the same one again, So those factors.
What about the stock then of scripts and plays and stuff? Are there new ones being written all the time, or do you go at it yourselves?
That's interesting, in that they Sean Byrne from Butt Drama Circle, they're touring with a production this year that Sean Byrne has written himself. Letterkenny, Kieran Kelly has written the play Dramateurs, and it's on the circuit. And Kieran qualified a few years ago. With a play that he had written himself. He qualified for the finals. Carrigallen Cornmill Players in Leitrim are touring with a play written by Killian McGuinness. So you are getting a lot more new work as well as the traditional ones. And in the one act, there's a competition that for new one act plays, and they had 60, 70 entries in the last couple of years. And then they are workshopped afterwards, and groups choose to do them.
Do you take much liberty then on the scripts to add in kind of local things, or no? It's just
not
as
one.
is.
Not one
That'd
word.
be more kind of musicals and pantos.
It'd be copyright, and
of course,
you'd have to inform the adjudicator and provide evidence that you got the author's permission.
Right.
And
so there's no straying.
No. And so some ones, like we did a play, God of Carnage, and it was set in Paris, but there was an American version, but we couldn't get the rights to change it to the American version for some reason. So, and sometimes the author's instructions for staging the play are very specific, and you cannot change. Okay. So, but you cannot. If you get the author's permission, you may change lines or whatever. Yeah. But you have to stick to the script.
Yeah. And it's in terms of getting the permission then from the authors and stuff. Is that an easy thing, or
it's not? You have a few, Joseph Weinberger and Samuel French. There'll be the big agencies, and the Drama League of Ireland. They have the franchise for some of the plays in Ireland. But if it has happened that if we were proposing to do a play and maybe starting with it, and then a professional production was to be staged, the rights would be withdrawn. So you have to apply for the rights well in advance. And sometimes you have to make sure you can do it both in Ireland and the UK. So if you went to the north of Ireland, you might need specific permission for that, especially now with Brexit.
Being in Europe, yeah. Talk to me then about the festival. Remind me again what it's called.
The Bostic All Ireland Confined Drama Finals, and it's our third attempt to run it because of we were due to have it in 2020. And
are they in Ballyshannon each year?
No,
Oh,
they rotate. The open finals, they are in Athlone every year,
Okay.
but the confined rotate, and a lot of groups like that idea that it rotates, because we'll bring our sort of touch to how to run the finals, and people like going to a different community each time, you know.
Mhm.
So groups are now, the first festival started at the last week in Rush, County Dublin, and a lot of them are on this week, and they will go on until early April. And then you get 12 points for a win, 5 for a second and 2 for a third, and the top 9 groups qualify. And
get the trip to Ballyshannon.
You get the trip to Ballyshannon, and we have a wonderful facility here in the Abbey Centre,
sure.
and some of the groups are familiar with it and others aren't. But apart from the festival end of it, the drama festival, we're trying to have a fringe activity, so we'll have nightly entertainment in Dorian's Hotel, and then we have started to reach out to the primary schools by having a carnival workshop, a series of workshops starting on the 14th of March, of carnival skills and makeup and costume making and so on, from 6 to 10-year-olds, and then another group from 11 to 14-year-olds. The fee is only €10 for the whole course. So you can read about that on the Abbey Centre or Drama Society website. And then to secondary schools, we have an adjudicator, Walker Ewart, coming around to the schools to do a workshop on Philadelphia, Here I Come, which is on the Leave Cert English course. And so it's emphasis on the stagecraft involved in a play, as opposed to the actual script
content
of the play,
yeah.
that how lights and sound and costumes
Brilliant.
and that sort of thing, and music that you would bring to a production that adds so much, you know.
Yeah.
So and then we have it was recently was Percy French's centenary of his birth, and we have a pop-up on his work as a writer, a songwriter. Most people are very familiar with the Mountains of Mourne and the Are You Right There, Michael, Are You Right? But he also was an artist, and he painted lots in Donegal, including Bundoran.
All right.
So we have an illustrated lecture on that with some of the music and songs of Percy French being performed. And then we have another one on from Chelsea to Ballyshannon, which is basically Helen Allingham, who was the wife of William Allingham, and she was an artist, a landscape artist, and she did lots of paintings on gardens, English gardens, which now are coming back in the Chelsea Flower Show. Modern gardeners are copying that old style of English cottage gardens, which she had in so many of her paintings. So it's on that link between Helen Allingham and the Chelsea Flower Show, and Olive Travers, and she has a gardening expert coming in with her as well from the BBC to link up with that. There'll be walking tours with Anthony Begley. So a lot of fringe activities apart from the drama itself.
What date's it on?
The 22nd to the 30th of April, and we're heavily booked out. The opening night, there's no tickets available at the moment because of guests from the festivals and groups being invited. The closing night will be fairly tight, but if you go on to the abbeycentre.ie website, and the tickets are available to book online there.
John, listen, best of luck with it. It sounds fantastic, and we'll catch up with you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
The Bundoran Weekly.
Thanks, John, and best of luck to you and all of your team with your endeavours. Now we head over to our community corner. Here's Teresa.
Thanks, Shane. So we have the Seafront Strollers every Tuesday at 10 a.m. and Thursday 7 p.m. This is a great social group, and they meet at the front of the centre, and then they stroll around the promenade. It's €2 per person, and tea and coffee in the centre afterwards. We have the parent and toddler group in the centre here every Friday at 10 a.m. Parents, grandparents and guardians are welcome. And if you would like a place on that, please email bundoranpnt@gmail.com. We have the Bundoran Bay Swim, which is taking place on Saturday the 23rd of July at 2 p.m. If you would like to sign up or for more information, please check out www.bundoranbayswim.com. Printing and scanning is available in the centre. We also have a public computer that you can come in and use. We are open from 9 a.m. on Monday to Friday, and then we open late on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday the 17th and Friday the 18th, the centre will be closed, and we will reopen on Monday the 21st. So if you have any inquiries, please call 07198 29675 or email bundorancommunitycentre@gmail.com. Thank you. Thanks, Shane.
It is the Bundoran Weekly. I'm Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. I want to remind you that there's lots of entertainment, of course, happening for St. Patrick's Day, and the best place to find all of the information is on our website, discoverbundoran.com/St. Patrick's Day, and there's a day-by-day breakdown of everything that's happening, all of the different music that's happening in the pubs and bars across the town, and that is the best place to go and find all of that information, discoverbundoran.com/St. Patrick's Day. And a reminder as well that Derek Ryan is playing at the Great Northern Hotel on next Saturday the 19th of March, and tickets are on sale now via his website, derekryanmusic.com/tickets. That is going to do it for our final podcast before St. Patrick's Day, so we're looking forward to seeing so many people back in town and welcoming everybody. We will be back, of course, next Friday with episode 177. We'll be talking to Joan Crawford of Fáilte Ireland about the brand new tourism master plan that has been done for Bundoran, with thanks to our friends at Fáilte Ireland. So we'll find out more about that on next Friday's show, when we may be slightly sleepy and slightly tired after St. Patrick's Day. Nonetheless, have a great week, enjoy the festivities, take it handy, and we will talk to you next Friday. Good luck.
The Bundoran Weekly is a production of Discover Bundoran.
The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.